The next night at the castle ball, princesses came from all over the world, hoping to be chosen by the prince. They came from Russia, Hungary, Spain, Italy, but to each one the prince said no, for he could not forget his swan queen. His mother, the queen, was getting angrier and angrier when suddenly there was a knock at the castle door. Who could it be? All the guests on the guest list were already in attendance. In walked a man and a beautiful woman, completely dressed in black. But there was something interesting about this woman. She looked just like our swan queen, Odette, but her name was Odile. She even moved a little bit like a swan. And he thought to himself, this must be my swan queen, Odette. But actually, the evil magician Rothbart had put a spell on his daughter to make her look exactly like Odette, to trick the prince into breaking his promise. Meanwhile, our real Odette was at the castle window, flapping her wings, trying to get the prince's attention. But the prince was mesmerized by this Odile, and finally, he held up his 2 fingers to promise his love. At that moment, Rothbart and Odile turned back into the monsters that they really were, and the prince, realizing his mistake, went running to the lake to tell Odette what had happened. And of course, she already knew. Rather than live without her prince, and more importantly, live unto eternity under this evil spell, she threw herself into the lake, and Prince Siegfried jumped in after her. And Rothbart, who had returned to his form as an evil owl magician, was flying after them and hit his wings on the rocky cliff and tumbled in after them, breaking all of his spells and freeing all of the other swan maidens. Now, you will see different versions of this ending. In some, Siegfried battles Rothbart and wins, freeing them all, and in others, Odette and Siegfried meet in a kind of heaven at the end. But either way, the spell is broken and the swan maidens are set free, and more often than not, it's a powerful yet tragic ending. In our next video, we're going to take a look at some of the iconic scenes from this ballet. 4 little swans, big swans, black swan pas de deux with the fouettes, super famous, very exciting. And if you want to do live deep dives with me, you can subscribe on Substack.